So please first join me in welcoming Nathan Cook from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy to read his essay entitled Artificial Intelligence, Free Speech, and Preserving American Democracy.
The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air, notes Galadriel in the movie The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. This sentiment can be shared by many in modern America. Particularly, one technology is capable of drastically changing our world. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has vast analytical capabilities and can communicate in human-like ways. The extent of AI's impact has not been fully revealed, and in a country which supports free speech, it is unknown how to uphold First Amendment culture when faced with the supercomputing of AI. The effects of artificial intelligence range from positive outcomes, such as increased writing capabilities and spreading democratic speech, to negative consequences, such as the potential to control speech and increase plagiarism. Remaining committed to the values of the First Amendment amidst this change means protecting artificial intelligence as another medium for speech to travel through, while preserving the interpersonal, democratic debate that forms the foundation of our free speech culture. Artificial intelligence offers many benefits, specifically expanded capabilities in producing written language and disseminating democratic speech. In their article on AI's impacts in academic writing, Dr. Himmel Mundal and Sheket Mundal discuss the daunting task academic writing presents, specifically for non-native English speakers. They detail how AI can help writers by analyzing data while increasing efficiency with its writing abilities. Additionally, AI can assist non-native English speakers by using language models to fix grammatical errors. In his article on artificial intelligence and democracy, lecturer in law Kiprian N. Radovoy describes the belief that because new technology, including AI, can facilitate the diffusion of democratic speech, it will aid democracy in indisputable ways, similar to how social media communication aided the 2010 through 2012 pro-democracy Arab Spring uprisings of the Middle East. However, Radovoy later contrasts these democratic benefits with disadvantages as well. AI does possess many advantages, namely its ability to help produce written language and spread democratic speech. Artificial intelligence also has drawbacks, including the potential to control speech and increase plagiarism of human speech. In an article by the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, or FIRE, the possibility of the government using AI tools to police and restrict speech is addressed as a legitimate possibility. This idea is also expressed in Tony M. Massaro and Helen Norton's article for the Northwestern University Law Review on free speech and AI, where they discuss how new technology allows for broader speech participation, but carries the means to control democratic speech in novel ways. In attorney Lloyd L. Jassen's article, Generative AI versus Copyright, he explains how artificial intelligence can lead to increased plagiarism and exploit holes in copyright law via its ability to emulate material while avoiding technical plagiarism. Jassen predicts individual court cases considering precedents to determine the vital relationship between AI and the rights of creators. AI possesses the potential to control speech and harm the rights of creators, leaving our country to balance constitutional ideals with the development of artificial intelligence. Amidst the growth of artificial intelligence, staying committed to the First Amendment means protecting AI as another medium through which speech can travel, but also staying committed to democratic debate, the cornerstone of a free speech culture that cannot be overcome by technology. The FIRE article describes how First Amendment doctrine has not reset with each development in communications technology, such as the internet, but rather has absorbed new technologies into its traditional protections. Accordingly, AI both spreading and producing speech is pointed to as a requisite for some protections being placed on the speech that comes from it. Furthermore, Massaro and Norton in the Northwestern University Law Review article argue for protecting speech produced by AI based on the common interpretation of the First Amendment as protecting any speech that is valuable to the marketplace of ideas, regardless of the source. They warn that failing to protect AI as a medium for speech dissemination should allow the government to suppress it in ways that deprive listeners of valuable expression. Meanwhile, Radovoy addresses how AI, when applied to areas such as social media, can contribute to polarization by creating echo chambers where citizens only encounter their own viewpoints rather than engaging in the democratic process of deciding between multiple perspectives. He argues that to preserve free society, we must participate in debate on the relation of artificial intelligence to our values. Webster's all-in-one dictionary and thesaurus defines debate as discussing a question by considering opposed arguments. Inherent within this idea of debate is discussing issues with those around us, even those we disagree with. It is this precious form of human interaction that technology cannot replace, and from it that a culture of free speech can be preserved amidst the growing capabilities of AI. Remaining committed to First Amendment values in light of artificial intelligence means to protect AI as another tool through which speech can travel, but facing the novelty of its capabilities by engaging in democratic conversations. Artificial intelligence comes with many impacts. Some are positive, such as expanding writing capabilities and spreading democratic speech, while some are negative, such as potential to police speech and increase plagiarism. Upholding the First Amendment amidst this means protecting AI as a new medium of speech diffusion, but never ceasing to engage in democratic conversations, a cornerstone of our country that, if cherished, cannot be stolen by technology. While artificial intelligence may have forever changed our world, by valuing the thoughts of our fellow citizens and being willing to engage in conversations with them, we can forever defend our nation's spirit. By taking the time to converse with others, we may discover, as Sam in The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers so eloquently put it, that there's some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. Thank you.
Awesome job, Nathan. Now, please join me in welcoming our 11th and 12th grade winner to the stage, Caroline Dunn-Helton, for her essay entitled Entering No Man's Land, Artificial Intelligence and the First Amendment.
Jean Polinsky, a journalist from the First Amendment rights advocacy group Freedom Forum, was concerned about a voice missing from the conversation on artificial intelligence. So he logged into ChatGPT and posed the questions to the AI itself. He marveled at how concisely and human-like the artificial intelligence spoke, to which the program responded with a reminder of its machine status. Then Polinsky asked the big question: would the First Amendment protect expression by artificial intelligence? ChatGPT responded swiftly. Kicking off the discussion, it stated that, being non-human, the First Amendment would not apply to the artificial intelligence itself, but would instead apply to the material produced by the artificial intelligence. It continued on, saying, the concept of free speech protection is an emerging area of law, and there is no clear consensus on the extent to which the First Amendment would protect AI-generated speech. Free speech and freedom of expression, as laid out in the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, are protected under the rule that Congress cannot make limiting laws that infringe these rights. But, as the artificial intelligence pointed out, limiting laws can be made on the technology itself. Thus, the question is raised: how do you craft a law that protects from the potentially dangerous capabilities of AI, but does not infringe on the rights guaranteed to their human counterparts in the First Amendment? ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence programs have been praised as the next big step in technological progressions. Questions can now be answered quickly and more intelligently than ever, allowing students, teachers, and scholars to take a step up in their education. But with the good comes the bad, and many have weaponized artificial intelligence programs for cheating, lying, and the spreading of misinformation. Currently, according to Nadine Farid-Johnson, a constitutional expert who spoke to eager students and faculty at Delaware University, there are no privacy policies set into law in the United States. AI learns from content already published on the internet, and with no laws set in the way, anything posted or created is available for AI systems to take and learn from. Johnson points out that this means many things the artificial intelligence promotes may not even be true. The internet is already riddled with misinformation as it is, and we have only created an expert on those falsities. So how do we protect ourselves from these fibs being projected onto the even larger scale of artificial intelligence? The simple answer: we can't. Not without infringing on the rights of free speech. When it comes to regulations on artificial intelligence, a few countries have already enacted laws. China, for example, has put into place regulations on the materials being produced by artificial intelligence. One facet of the laws in China require labels to be put on AI-generated images and artworks. A good thing for artists who argue that AI steals their work. But China's laws also limit anything that does not adhere to core socialist values. While these laws help to distinguish between human and AI work, they also limit the freedom of speech for many. Even if a country does not agree with certain values and political views, they cannot, under the Declaration of Human Rights developed by the United Nations, take away the rights to freedom of speech and expression. As ChatGPT told Polinsky, AI does not count as a person or a group of people. Therefore, the First Amendment does not apply to it, and regulations can be placed on the AI itself. As we can see with China, though, it is hard to separate AI from the user. If restrictions are placed on the technology itself, don't we limit the free speech of the user? A user who does not have access to a program does not have access to the ideas that they would have produced with the program. Free speech and AI don't mix well. Through the collection of data from across the internet, anything can be promoted with artificial intelligence. On one hand, it seems logical that laws must be made to regulate the poor uses of artificial intelligence. On the other, even poor opinions still have the right to free speech. ChatGPT was right in telling Polinsky that the matter of artificial intelligence and the First Amendment is a complicated one. Making laws to regulate AI puts into jeopardy First Amendment rights, but putting into place no laws allows for the stealing of data and the plagiarism of artists' work. With the innovation of artificial intelligence, our society has crossed into a no man's land, a place where no one will be satisfied with the outcome. Thank you.